Hello YouTube, it's Hackworth again, back with another video from the home studio. Somewhat of a vloggy type of update video on the project that I'm in right now, but still, a video. I'm working on this EP-sized mixtape of instrumental beats right now, and I'm doing the big bulk of that work on live streams here on YouTube. And I'm kind of discovering things along the way here, and I just want to talk about that for a bit.
Accurate beats.
So, in case you've missed it somehow, I'm working on this project right now that I call 5 weeks of beats. It's basically just me making beats on live streams here on YouTube for 5 consecutive weeks. So 5 weeks of beats, 5 different tracks gonna be released as this EP mixtape thing. Most of the creative work here is shown in these live streams between like 3 and 4.5 hours long. And then I also take a little bit of time after that and just finish the tracks, you know, work on the arrangement and the mixing, adding edited scratch parts or sound effects and boring stuff like that basically. And my initial plan here was to film and edit and post other videos in between these live streams and just do whatever I normally do on the channel. But it seems to be damn near impossible to do that. It's not the end of the world, of course. I don't need to make those videos. This project is more important and more fun. But you know, I've also downloaded these entire live streams as videos on my computer, and I've edited them down to like 10-minute long videos that I'm gonna post later, I guess, because I kind of get it. Everyone doesn't want to see the entire process of 3 or 4 hours of me just struggling with stuff. That's fine. So the shorter videos will come whenever I kind of feel like releasing them, I guess. Sure, an instrumental EP of beats sounds like something I could just pull out of my ass in a week or so. And that might be true, but I still have all this extra video work that I want to do on it, and I also have a full-time job and a family, and the tracks needs to be worked on in the DAW after the live stream has gone live, because it's not finished by then. That's the main part of the creation stuff, but then there's all this finishing stuff that I kind of need to do. And this entire project is somewhat of an exercise for me in lowering my bar just a little bit. Not to the point where I just release bad stuff left and right. That's definitely not the point of this, but you know, I have this YouTube thing kind of down. I think I kind of know what I'm doing in terms of videos. Posting a gear review or a live stream or even a beat making session as a video, that's not too difficult for me these days. That just works. Releasing music on stuff like Spotify and Apple Music and whatever, that is a different kind of beast though, at least for me. That's where all my anxiety kicks in and I start doubting myself and I overwork everything that I do. That's a problem, and this project seems to kind of address that problem somehow. That's kind of interesting. Forcing myself to finish a track every single week like this actually helps me a lot. At least it seems like it right now, and I've done 3 out of 5 episodes so far, and it's a really cool experience. Maybe like making music in front of a live audience on YouTube isn't for everyone, definitely not, but to me it kind of works, and I want to be able to apply my YouTube mindset more into my beat making and releasing music process, if that makes sense. And by the way, these live streams won't ever get like tens of thousands of views on the channel. That's definitely not the point of it either. That's just not what it is. I get these comments sometimes on YouTube and social media in general of people saying that I make beat making look easy and effortless for me. And partly that's true, because you know, I don't suck at making music. That's not what I'm saying. I kind of know my way around stuff. I think I do. But all my videos, or most of my videos that I put out on this channel, are heavily edited, and it's It's obvious from looking at them. They're not supposed to be in real time because that's when you get these 3 or 4 hour long sessions. So I'm filming the whole thing and then I put it into Final Cut and I chop it up and I make the video cool. That's what I do. Plus, I am a little bit talented, I guess, when it comes to making beats. At least I hope so. I think so. You know. This live streaming project, the 5 weeks of beats, I mean, one of the purposes about that is to show you guys the entire process of making a track from start to at least almost finish. Sometimes I struggle a lot with stuff as well. I can't find the root notes, my machines just dies on me, or I can't get my creative ideas out there, or it just becomes trash. That's a part of the struggle, and beat making is an art. Music is art, and art takes time. Sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it does work. And I really don't want to be the guy telling you how easy and nice and simple it always is, because it's not. For anyone. Even the most talented producer in the world struggles sometimes. That's just what it is. You know, I used to do these beat review videos that I also made into a podcast, where I just listened to beats from people like you and I just critiqued them or had opinions or tried to give some feedback or whatever. And if I listen to my own stuff that I'm making in these live streams with those ears that I used for the beat reviews, it's obvious to me that I could put a lot more time into some of the stuff that I do. Take the drums, for instance. Normally for my YouTube videos, I'm just fine with doing a little bit of finger drumming and it sounds cool, and then I move on to the next step. But looking at the project after the fact makes me realize that I could do a lot more work with the drums, for instance. The hi-hat track could be way more dynamic. I could use another kick, or I could replace the snare every now and then. I could make more patterns and have the whole dynamic of the track flow better. And you know, there's always things to improve, but it's just music. I wouldn't think twice about that when I'm making a normal beat making video for YouTube. So why should I think about that when I put it on Spotify? You know, if it's good enough for this, then it should be good enough for that. And I'm trying to work a lot on my own self-doubt in these matters. And I'm kind of confident. You gotta remember that. I'm kind of confident when it comes to these things. I know what I'm doing, and I'm a big fan of my own YouTube channel and my own beats. That's strange, but that's the truth. But do I need to second guess myself for every single creative choice I make when I'm releasing the music as music and not when I'm releasing it as a video? That's not fair. I can't do that to myself. It's just not, that's not good. And I guess that's the reason why I haven't released as much music as I want to, because I'm just scared of it and I just need to calibrate my things a little bit better. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm really happy that I took on this challenge for myself and that I'm now working on an EP, and it's going to be finished not like in 6 months. It's going to be finished kind of soon, and it's going to be out there for everyone to hear. Just as this video on my channel that I don't care as much about for some reason. And again, it's crazy to be like that. And honestly, I don't even know if this makes sense anymore. Sure, giving yourself a little bit of an extra push to get started on things makes sense, but I'm also having way more fun. I'm being more productive, and I'm proud of the tracks that came out of these 3 live streams so far. And I'm sure number 4 and 5 are going to be equally good, better, maybe a little bit worse, but that's not the end of the world either, because it's just music. And this is not your average YouTuber asking for an easy way for you guys to comment on a video just to get comments. I don't give a shit about that. I just feel like I want to know more about these things. Will I have to do 5 weeks of beats until I die to stay creative like this? Or is there other ways to do this? Or to do something similar? Would be cool to know. So if you have anything to say there, comment in the stuff below. And of course, speaking about being a YouTuber, I've started to mention my Patreon page a little bit more frequently in these live streams, and I still don't have like a kickback or any rewards or stuff for people to support my Patreon page, but I might do something like that in the future. But for now, my Patreon page is just kind of nothing, but still pretty much the only way for you guys to support me in that way if you feel like you want to, because I would love to be able to consider this YouTube channel and beat making a bigger part of my life and even a proper job in the future. I still work full time and I try to do this as much as possible, but hey, if you want to like support me in that way, the Patreon page is in the description below, so feel free to check that out, even though this whole thing about asking for Patreons doesn't feel too good. It is what it is, I guess. So I guess the conclusion here is that my work on this EP of mine is coming along really nicely, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. These live streams are a lot of fun, and working on the tracks after the fact makes a lot of sense and is still fun, even though I'm trying to not change the beats too much because I want the video from the live stream to kind of show the process, and I don't want to like redo everything after the stream because that doesn't feel... Now I'm officially just rambling about nothing. Sorry about that. If this sounds like something that you could be remotely interested in, check out the next Friday's episode, 5 Weeks of Beats, episode 4. And I did this little survey thing on my Instagram page just a few hours ago, asking people to like have opinions about what gear I should use in the next one. I used the MPC-1 for the first one and the Machine Plus for the second and third episode. Next up, I guess I'm gonna use the MPC-2000 XL. Has a lot of votes right now, which is a little bit, I don't know, worrying, but sure, if that's what it is, let's do the MPC-2000 XL. Or maybe the SP404, the MC707, the MPC Live 2. I'm open for suggestions. And if this project just feels like too much content to watch, 3 and 4 hours and whatnot, I totally understand that. And I'm gonna post like 10-minute edits of these videos as well. I just don't know when or how, or this video just has to end now. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one, or this Friday on the next episode of 5 Weeks of Beats, of course. Until then, ha det gott.
Accurate beats.